Howdy, everybody. Kamikaze Avalanche here. Hobby soloist game dev. Would like to make some adjustments to my game. I want to add some social media buttons, and I wanted to do a practical tutorial for how I'm going to do this and bring you along for the ride. So first of all, let me show you where in the game I want to make this happen. So I'm brought up the demo version of my game, and my character is just about to die. So he has 3 out of 34 health points, and the next hit's going to kill him. And I want to take it to the end game screen, the "you died" screen, because I want the people who play the demo to have access to all the links for the things I want them to look at. So here, let me go ahead and end the turn, and the next hit from anybody should kill me. There we go. Very easy. I've got this splash screen that happens when the player dies. It has some text there, and then it has a button to bring them to the main menu. Now, when I put this in place, I didn't have the demo version ready, and I didn't really expect people to die while playing the demo. And so this is for the main players of the game. And I also didn't have all the social media pieces up in place at this point, but now I need to add them. So here's what it looks like. And here I want to add all the social media links right here in a row. And I'll probably put some more text up here later, say, how many days they lasted, how many turns they lasted, maybe some information about, hey, if you enjoyed it, please wish list, join me on, follow me on YouTube, join the Discord server if you want to discuss the demo or something else. So here's where I want it to go. Just wanted to visualize first where I want it to make the changes. So let me stop out of that. And here's the scene that we're looking at right now. You can see right here, I've got dynamically translated death text, and the same thing with the main menu button. It's seeing the key text of main menu, and it's translating that into English because my computer is set in English. So right along here, where this main menu button is where I want to be putting these links for social media, for Steam, for YouTube, and for Discord right now. And one additional one, I did set up a Google form where I want people to go to and provide some feedback if they want to give it to me. So it's just a simple Google form up there, and we'll be adding a link to that one as well. So that's going to be a couple of buttons that we want to add here. In here right now, it's pretty straightforward. I just have the death text and I have the one main menu button, but I want to have the buttons in a row. So in order to do that, I'm going to need to add a horizontal box container and stick this button in there. So right now it's a button, and we're going to have an entire row of them. So let's start with here, and let's create a new one. Now I have a style set for my project, and so the buttons are using this 9-rect texture underneath, which gives the buttons this blue background, and it gives it that outline to it. And so let's start with the Steam one. All right. So one thing I did before I started the video is I got a bunch of PNG files, or I made them for these social media links, because I don't want to put text into here. So I put them in a folder called arts and then social media icons, so I have them in an easy place. I did one for Steam, and I'm not going to be using text for this one. I, in fact, just want to use the icon. So there we go. And I don't want to leave something called button, so Steam button is good enough. Let's duplicate that again. We'll call this one Discord button, except this time I'm going to put that, and I think I probably do want text in there because the icon's not taking up as much space as I'd like it to. Let's do that one again. Oh. Click here. Control D, so I'm pressing Control D to get that to happen. We'll call this one YouTube. We'll throw the YouTube icon in there. And I'll put these key IDs in the translation file. I don't know right now if Discord or YouTube have a different name in different languages, but just to make it future-proof, I'm going to have this uppercase file for my comma-separated value translation files. And then the last one I want to add is feedback. No, I don't just want to write YouTube. I want to keep my naming convention the same. So let's do that. This one is not going to have an icon, so I will clear it out and we'll put feedback. Now, it's just a matter of taste. I don't think that takes particularly too much space on the screen. So let me actually add some controls in here. Just to add a bit of spacing in between. I don't want to make it a sub one. And I want it to take up a couple of more pixels. So let's try looking at what it looks like if I add a 10 pixel spacing. I think I like that. Yeah, I think that's a good amount of spacing. I'll duplicate it there, duplicate it there again, duplicate it again. And I think that looks better. I do like the way that looks quite a bit more. All right, that's good. This is how I want it visually to be. I'm not sure that I like the death text sitting there horizontally in the left. So let's center that. With the additional space that's going to be taken up, I might have the text have a lot more information. I think I'm going to want that to be centered as well. So that's my layout and how I want things to look. I'm happy with that. So now let's go to the code for this. I don't need to mess with the main menu code. That already exists. But all the other ones, I want something to happen when it's pressed. Now, it's important to have named your nodes before you get to this step because it affects what the function name is going to be when I put it in the script for the node that's at the root of this scene. So I'm going to connect that there. All right, on Steam button pressed. We're going to do that for the rest of these. On Discord button pressed. And on feedback button pressed. So now I have my 4 new buttons. They have a function for what will happen when they're pressed. Now, what any good programmer does is they're going to copy code from somewhere else if they have it easily available. So on my main menu screen, I already have some of these buttons available. Here's the text that I'm going to use, the code that I'm going to use, and there's a couple of things that I want to point out here. So this one, I have a button called On Wish List Pressed. And one of the things that I'd like to point out here for this On Wish List Pressed, the button doesn't show up if the person is already on Steam. So early in this code, I check to see if the person is in Steam with steam.steam and initialization. And then I check is Steam running, and I put that globals.steam running. So when the person opens up the game, the first thing when they open up the game, it looks to see if Steam is running. If it's running, I stamp it in this globals.steam running. I also check to see if the OS has a feature called demo. And then if that's the case, I stamp this globals.demo as true. And what does it mean when I say, does the OS have feature demo? In the game, when I export it, and I want to export it someplace, let's say I'm going to export an executable to run in Windows. I come over here, and in the features, it has some base ones put in there, depending on what it is. But if I'm exporting the demo, I actually type into this custom one, and I put demo. So if I've exported it as the demo, it's going to have that feature. So that's the way I can tell if someone's got the full-fledged version or has the demo version. Now, I could also do some other ones, like over here, you have web, and that's going to say under feature list web. So if I was going to put this on itch.io, which is something I probably will be doing, I could check to see if somebody's on itch.io, and I might want to show the buttons a little bit differently in that case. But that's explaining what that has feature is actually looking at. All right, so important to keep in mind that I might have the globals.steam _running stamped. Since I'm here anyway, no point recreating things, remaking the wheel from scratch. So I'll put this into my copy buffer, os.shell_open, and it has my form name. So on the feedback button pressed, boom. Now if somebody presses that, it's going to open up the form. The code is going to be the same for the YouTube one, except I'm going to want to get that different URL and paste that one in there. On Discord button, I've already got that. Not going to reinvent the wheel there. This is the one that's different. So on the Steam button pressed, I want it to behave differently if somebody has Steam running. If they have Steam running, I want to open it with this Steam link. And the reason why I want to do that is because if I open it in Steam, I know they will be logged in, so I know they can go and wishlist it. So I will copy that, except now we're going to put in an if function. If globals.steam running, we want to open like that. However, perhaps, oh, it indented it one too many times. Fix that out. However, if we don't have Steam running, I want to, instead of opening on Steam, let's go to Steam, find the game, and get that link. Okay, so now I should have those in place. The one thing I don't know is I'm not 100% certain that I'm pretty sure I don't have Discord and YouTube in a translation file. So let me go and do that really quick. In my file system navigator, I typed in CSV, so I'm going to be able to see all of the translation files I have. Right-click that, open an external program, and I have a different video for how to use this. These aren't part of my dynamic ones, so I want to kind of put it here before the dynamic ones start. Discord. I think I want it to be capitalized, but if I want to change that later, I can come in here and have the rest of that text uncapitalized. YouTube, I think the convention is like that, so we'll keep going like that. And I can see right there, I've already got feedback and it says give feedback. So I'm happy with that. I don't need any more of those. Okay. That looks good. Save that and let's see how that works and how that looks. Boot up into it. This is the button that starts the demo. So let me get it started so that I can be in a space that's easier to die. So if I stand in this room, it's going to be easier for these guys to kill me. Let me kill these guys so some stronger ones can come by. There we go. Main menu, Steam, join Discord, YouTube, and give feedback. So I see I actually had joined Discord already in there. But what I did wrong was I didn't save that CSV file. But that's not a big deal right now. This looks like what I want it to look like. So I will consider this to be a success after I test these out. I apparently do not have Steam open. So it's going to open the web page. Join Discord. It comes into my Discord. YouTube will come into my YouTube channel. I've got videos queued up, including this one. I don't want to release them too fast because I'm going to take some time editing, but that looks like that worked. And give feedback takes the feedback form so that people can send me their feedback, long feedback, short feedback, suggestions for improvement. And yeah, that's where I want things to go right now, where I want things to be. I clearly already have a Discord in here. So it's going to take that Discord first. I don't need this. Delete rows. The only new one I actually needed was YouTube. What I forgot to do the first time is save it and then exit. It will re-import that. So now YouTube is going to look properly. The rest of them look fine. And I'm happy with it. So there you go. I hope that you picked up something from this practical tutorial, have something that you can add to your project, or you've learned something that's useful. If you saw the game and liked what you saw, I will put the link to the Steam page at the capsule below the video. I'd appreciate it if you were interested, you'd wishlist and follow. If you like the video, a like and a subscribe would be helpful so more people can learn from what we have to share as a community. Thanks everybody for your attention and have a good one. Bye.